And girl, Meeks. This is so exciting.
I know.
This is super exciting. This is fun. Thank you for joining.
Yes,
Yeah.
so excited. So excited. Nick and Pete should join us randomly at some point.
Yeah.
No guarantees. And we may have a special surprise guest.
Oh.
But no, not really confirmed.
Okay.
So but I'm excited about it if it happens.
Depends on how the surprise guest's baby is doing. Is that
Oh. So
the baby's good.
I guess yes, I'm sure he will be. Oh, Belmont is watching. I'm trying to look at the comments on my phone. I'm trying to keep abreast of all of the technologies. But
nothing like a simul stream.
I know. Yeah. I'm like doing so many things. So I mean, would it be Tolkien with Friends if I didn't say hello and welcome to Tolkien with Friends and our first anniversary live stream. Woo! So as of today, this was the first day that we released episode 1, which is where we talked about the role of adaptations in fandom and all the various things that they do for us as fans and introduce new fans and make us rethink things. And I thought that was like a really good introduction to what our project, which was to compare Peter's vision of Lord of the Rings with the books and Tolkien's vision, which I think has been really, really fun. Meigs, so excited to have you here. You are our first guest for The Hobbit, which we're going to release this week. You're the official kickoff for season 2. I thought it would make the most sense to wait after today. So, but I think we've been having, such a great time with The Hobbit. And, I was just kind of thinking about this past year and I was like, I think I'm a different, like the Andie that started this podcast is like a different Andie that's starting The Hobbit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
please elaborate.
Okay. So for example, when Fellowship is pretty easy because I like it so much. But then we get to Two Towers and I struggled really, really hard with like Faramir and stuff. It's something that I've always kind of struggled with. But then after thinking about it and, having Lauren on for the last episode and with Annex and we kind of talked about all of it at once, you know what I mean? And now I'm kind of like, you know what? For the purposes of a movie and like the way that they, like if I'm going to be okay with like Aragorn's arc in the movie, then I kind of feel like I have to be okay with what they did with Faramir to a point. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not as grumpy about certain things as I was.
Well, I am.
Yeah. Well, Nick is here to be a grump. No. That's a joke.
No, I'm here to hang out with my nerdy best
friend. Yay! So if anybody watching is curious, that is merch that we have.
Link in bio.
Yeah, Nick is repping it, and he's so handsome in it.
Thanks.
That's why I never wear it because he looks too good.
I'm gonna rename myself.
Lee and Tim are in the chat. Hello. Happy to see you. So yeah, we're just reminiscing over here. And Nick, you joined us. Well, I can't even say. So here's the tea about Talking with Friends is that we record things early and then we release it later. So Nick, you joined us. I think your first episode with us was with one of our first bonus episode for Rings of Power.
Yep.
And then you came on for an actual chapter episode. Which
was the Pyre of Denethor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, Totes
sure, was.
Sure. Been a good year. I would say it's been a good year.
I should probably go to the YouTube to look at the chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep, but I keep looking at you guys. It's hard. It's harder than normal. Hey, it's Jared. Whoop whoop. I love friends in the chat. This is
Oh,
like
yay.
this is identical setup to when we podcast, but also there's people talking in multiple places.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Pete!
Hi, everyone. What's going on?
We are just reminiscing, celebrating.
Andie is telling us about her personal journey and growth throughout this process. It's
Aw.
fascinating. Yeah.
Absolutely. I was listening in, but then I had to shut it off because, double talking.
Right.
Yes.
So you see,
yeah.
I'll put it up right now.
I think, yeah, I mean, so far, a little preview of season 2, I guess, with The Hobbit. Meegs, if you want to speak to how you thought your episode went, but I think it's been pretty good time.
I would say we were all like, I think
we
all
were
of us
dying a
like
little
slightly sick.
Yeah.
I thought about it the other day. I was like, I need to make up for that. Like, I need to come on to a future episode and just like our energy levels, like everything will be a million times. Not that it was horrible. I'm sure listening back when it comes out, I will be like, oh yeah, we made like so many good points. But I just remember we had like
we are very
coughing
smart.
fits.
We are very
Can confirm.
But we had so many moments
So-
where I think at the end we were like, wow, that was kind of hard, but we did it.
Yes. We were like, yes. We only had like one major coughing fit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that big because I had COVID. She had the flu, and we recorded anyway.
Yeah.
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 Yes,
So, was this for the unexpected party chapter that you guys did?
This was the very first one, which you will hear later this week.
Oh, I'm excited.
Promise.
I'm really
Guaranteed.
looking forward to it.
We'll do it.
Because I've fallen asleep to that chapter like 6 times this week. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh my god!
I just
so
like
good.
gonna fall asleep. I'll throw on some Hobbit, and then all of a sudden I wake
Uh.
up after like they start talking about the yellow hood, and I'm like,
Oh, you're like, wait a
sleepy time.
second.
He died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Pete, you're gonna join us later this season, which I'm really excited about.
Mm,
So that'll be fun.
I'm excited. I think it's the cloud bursts.
Yes.
And the start of the Battle of the Five Armies.
Mm-hmm.
Did I sign up for one yet?
Yes,
Gotta
you signed up for 2, you doof.
Oh yeah. You told me I could.
Completely forgot about both though. So
Yes. I
Guess
just
you don't care that
remember
much.
which. Nope.
Pete's taking all your slots.
That's what I'm here for. No, actually, like when you asked me, then like Chris asked me for a Soul Hiram one, and then
Yeah.
Pod Wands. I'm gonna do one of the Mandalorian episodes too. So I got
Woo!
like, a little
Good.
lineup going on
Oh
here.
my gosh,
I think I
we
like
got
it.
Brienne and New Betta in the chat.
Hot
Yeah.
diggity.
No
I mean,
invite,
it's-
bro.
It is a party invite.
No
You need it? I mean,
Everyone wants to join in.
I know.
It's because you're so
if
popular,
Andie
Andy, and
does, of
so is your
course they would.
podcast.
Andie
How
is
are you-
amazing.
Ooh, that is
I
such a
won't be
cool
able to
shirt.
get. Oh, I won't be able to get a word in
The
all
Witch
of
King
you
and the
in-
Rose and the Sword. That's so cool.
That's so
Oh,
good.
That's sick.
That's
I love
theme.
The
on
old
theme.
school tattoos.
It was one of my like 2020 purchases. I went through a stage where I bought like every single Star Wars woman shirt, every single like Hufflepuff item, and then this was my one Lord of the Rings thing. I have been waiting. If anyone chat or y'all here verbally can tell me if you've seen any women from the Rings of Power shirts, because I have been waiting. I
You
want one
want some.
so badly.
You know what?
I
Yeah.
100%
Pete,
agree with that.
I was thinking about your video that you did recently about the rights with.
Oh yeah.
Good video.
And I was like, wait, does Amazon not have merchandising rights at all?
I don't believe they do
Damn.
for the movies, and I don't know how that like transitions because they said stage, live action, animated, merchandising, and the movie rights. So
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Problem. it's very different.
Wow.
It's a lot
But
of
there
like
are those show specific book covers. I don't know where that falls into things.
Right.
the books come from the Tolkien estate, actually. So
Right.
they can choose whatever cover they want.
That's true.
It's so complicated.
You can see like kind of the relationship too, because initially when they came out with the Peter Jackson movies, they came out with new covers for the books, and they all came from the first movie. But then after that,
Oh, Mila's in the chat now too. Yeah, we've all been waiting for Rings of Power merch.
hi Mila.
There's so many pretty things that
Even
I'd spend too much
even
money
just
on it.
like, you know, a cute little Etsy shop if they want to like kind of be sneaky and make like
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
silhouette.
those Etsy
or
shops are
something.
where it's at for sure.
Yeah.
Though.
Mhm.
I mean, I've wanted Silmarillion shirts. I finally got one, and it's just the two trees, like gold and silver, like mingling together.
Well, that's a
but
nice shirt.
there are no merchandise for Silmarillion stuff
so
because
true.
you just can't do it.
Yeah, you gotta be sneaky. You gotta be sneaky on the Etsy.
Well,
Neeks,
I'm
do you have
sure-
any Grogu merch? Jeff is asking.
Like
in chat.
4,000 socks.
Would you like to see mine?
Yes, show us the closet.
Yes, yes,
It's like
I mean,
only
absolutely.
Grogu.
It's like,
Is
I am
everyone
Grogu.
is
Here's
everyone
my
excited
prized
about Mando?
possession.
I'm so excited for Mando tomorrow. Oh, that's so
Hey!
awesome.
Aw,
It is fuzzy. It was from
Yeah.
Target, the kids section, because I am 5'1", so I can fit into
Hell yeah.
kids' clothes.
I wish I could. They got cool clothing sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
They
They get the cool
do.
anime shirts and the cool Marvel
Oh,
shirts.
yeah.
And I mean, I
Oh,
got the
yeah.
Street Fighter shirt from Target.
hell
But
yeah.
like, kind of dates me
Cardboard
to old
boxes.
man.
Yeah, Milo pointed out that we got Amazon Rings of Power cardboard boxes.
Yes.
We sure
I
did.
know you did, Jeff. I just wanted to see the content.
Oh,
What's-
the Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering cards look so cool. I just have to point out because
Ooh.
Tim
Say
Barta
what?
Barta pointed out. Yeah, it's like they leaked some of the designs. They kind of like taken their own spin on it, and I think it looks great. I think they look awesome. Really do. I don't know how everyone else feels about it.
To the Google.
Yeah.
So how does
Well-
that work? Do you buy like the Lord of the Rings magic thing and then you just play the Lord of the Rings part of I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
I have no
That's
I don't
the
know
end of my
anything
I
about
don't play
Magic.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
I don't do
okay.
that, so. I just know that the cards are coming out. They're like, I think they're themed cards. I don't know if they like change the power sets of like what, or they like associate them with the older cards, or they're like they do their own thing.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
I
I will
like-
have to go to the Barta Barta for that type of information. He's well versed in Magic, apparently.
Yeah, sir. He said the art
Get in
is
here.
sick. What was I gonna say? Oh, is anybody else? I feel like I have one gripe with The Mandalorian, and that it's that I'm so stressed out about baby Grogu's welfare the whole time.
Always. Yeah.
I am always just ready for something bad to happen to him, and I know it's like probably nothing will, but like I do worry.
Here's the thing. Okay, if you think cynically, Disney likes money. And
Yes.
Grogu is a big
It's a cash
you can put him
cow.
on anything, right? So I
So they
feel
can't
like
touch it.
they're never gonna really get rid of him. Like there's
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
Will he
It's just,
even
I'm-
age? Will he
Oh, look,
ever
it's the
be
cat.
unbaby? Hey,
Hi,
kitty
sweetie.
guess.
But I'm curious how they're gonna tie it into the new sequel. So like I'm just like, how are they gonna like really like fold them into later events, or are they gonna like follow through with that anymore after the Mandalorian?
No.
That's a good
He's
question. I'm
just
curious about
Grogu.
it.
Mhm.
I hope they tell us how much time has passed. Because it's like he was 50
Hmm.
in as baby Grogu was 50 in
Aw.
season 1, right? So like now what?
He's the same age as Anakin, I believe.
Oh,
Something like
Get to
that. I
see him
think
as an
close in
egg?
there.
Or whatever.
I don't know.
Odin is wearing Baby Yoda merch head to toe right now because he's got great taste.
Yeah, exactly. It's
True.
fantastic taste.
Excellent.
I do have a Grogu fuzzy sweater, like Christmas sweater, under my bed somewhere.
I have a like I like this artist named Jed Henry. He does like what are they called? The woodblock prints, the Japanese style woodblock prints, and he
Mhm.
does the Mandalorian in the style of like feudal Japan. So he's wearing like very samurai style armor. It's a really cool shirt. So it's like him holding Grogu, and then like you see in the back like the AT-AT, and then like everyone he met in the first season. It's really cool.
Nice.
It's cool
Wow,
merch.
that's so nice.
So, Callie, you know what I was okay? So last night I was flipping through a bunch of old clips from
Mhm.
the podcast because that's what we're here to talk about.
I was like, we are starting off on a very interesting tangent.
We sure are.
Well, it is Mando
This is an
night.
episode.
But I was flipping through and I was like, I rewatched some of the clips from when you first guested, Callie, when we were talking about the flight to the Ford, and I was just wondering, like, about your experience from going from guest to co-host over this past year. Sorry, I put you on the spot, but I did.
Just go, Jeff. The last Star Wars movie made was Return of the Jedi.
God. I don't understand, Jeff.
To answer Andy's question, being a guest was fun. I was Ahnna on then?
No, that was like the one time that she couldn't come.
Right. So I don't think I have properly met
You met her on the Rings of Power bonus episode.
Okay, yes. I remember as a guest, I mean, this is also going back in time in my podcasting experiences. But I was so nervous, and like but now being a co-host and like having it be regular, and I think I make a better host than a guest. I think.
Interesting.
At least I'm more comfortable.
Do you enjoy it more?
And I enjoy that role more. Yeah. But I know that I tell you at the end of every single episode, but I'm just gonna go for it again here. It's such an honor to be on the podcast with you, Andie. I learn so much from you, not just about Lord of the Rings, but about podcasting in general, and just how to speak and how to present. And every single week I learn something from you, and it's the hugest honor of my life, honestly, to have been like invited and asked by you. And I am enjoying this season so freaking much. Like I am having so much fun with you, and like I really enjoy preparing, the materials and then getting your notes and then being like,
I just messaged you notes.
I love your notes. They're awesome, and I love the way you present things. And so, yeah, that is my experience so far this season as being co-host.
Aw.
Thank you.
I'm gonna cry.
I tell you every single week. I'm going to tell you until you get used to it.
Different people are watching. Like, wow, everyone's looking at me suddenly. Woo. Anyway. Thank you. Someone else say something.
Someone else say something. Aw.
Well, it's been a wild ride of a year. I mean, I have to say it's been less than a year that I met you, Andie, and it's been like in Callie and Nick and Meeks as well, and everyone else. It's been awesome. And I have to say, probably my favorite part about this is being able to tune into this podcast whenever you put them out, because it is fun to hear your friends engaging in the topic you all love, and then to hear your perspective and opinion on these things, especially with the comparisons. Like, example, last one I watched was probably Annexes. Is just like, it really does show, how much, not only how fantastic the movies are, but how much they missed with the books. And it allows people, at least personally, like I went back and I read chapters after you spoke about them, and had a new appreciation. I had a new perspective, and I think that's something really hard to do with a book as old and established as Lord of the Rings. So I mean, it's just incredibly impressive.
Yeah,
it really
totally.
is, Andie.
Thank you. You guys are too nice to me, and I can't handle it, as you just witnessed.
Well, let's just keep gushing.
My eyes are leaky.
I know. I mean, this podcast is the most fun concept. Like, it's really great and educational, going back through the books and back through the movies, and like doing that side by side. Sometimes,
yeah, and that's
enjoyable
the thing. When I was, like we all met like via TikTok, right? And like one of the first things that I was doing was talking about like lines from Lord of the Rings that I wish had been in the movies. And then I was like, well, and then there's some things that they did well, and then there's something, or in my opinion, and then some things that I wish had been slightly different. And I was like, this is a whole like, I mean, TikTok doesn't even like 3-minute long videos anyway, so it's like I can't like do 3 minutes or less. You know what I mean? Like I have
It's like
I
all
have
I
so
do
many
is
thoughts.
3-minute video.
I know. Same. I'm like, oh,
you
that's
know
why
what I
my follower count
If I talking
plateaued.
too much, too bad.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's hard to like get in all your thoughts. And I was like, well, if I like, even if nobody listens, like this is like my Lord of the Rings diary, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I was, and also like it was just such a fascinating experience. Because typically, right, when you go to do your yearly reread or whenever it is, you just read them straight through, and then you're like, that was nice. And then when you have like your marathon, it's like different times of the year typically, or even if you read them and then watch them, you're still not doing it like back to back to back like this. And I just noticed so many more things than when I just do one or the other, you know what I mean? So
I watch the movies like once a year during Hobbit Day, because I throw a Hobbit Day party every year. But that's like it. I don't ever try to watch them at any point. And so you're right. Like, cause I read the books all the time. I'll read like the Council of Elrond for kicks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, just for fun.
I love that.
it's like, why not? Yeah.
I'm just feeling it.
I literally have a pile of the books right next to me just for fun, like just to have them.
Nerds.
Yep.
What is this? The histories? The Silmarillion?
Just
Fall of
doing some trivia prep with Foster's.
Nice, dude. No, we're not done yet. Oh, I forgot. Unfinished Tales.
There you go.
I just saw New Beta said you guys have such great comparisons. It's crazy, really great insight. Thank you.
Oh, it's true.
Aw.
No, and you're right. The movies and the books open up each other. When you stop saying one is right and one is wrong and start seeing them both as art pieces that inform each other, the universe just explodes and it's amazing. And I love it. It's great.
That's a really good point. So you have like things, because then you notice in Peter Jackson's movies, like the small little like nuances from the book that maybe they're not like exactly how they were. Maybe they're slightly switched. And I know a lot of people have issues with like lines being switched and so forth. But if you read the letters Tolkien put out about the initial like script he got back in the 60s when they tried to make a movie, he never said this was a bad thing. He never said it's a bad thing. He's like, oh, this makes sense that you would change this, but like, what the hell are you doing here? It's like, he was like really back and forth with it. And I think the movie really does do a good job, even though like so much is left out. Really so much stuff out.
It's honestly so weird to me that the Tolkien estate seems to hate them. I know Christopher did, but then it's like
I think the Hobbit movies really solidified it for him. He was like, I'm done with it. No, he hated the Dumont magazine article from 2013 where he says they eviscerated his father's work and he's like completely cut himself off from it. It's like, it's a very drastic. I don't think there was any thing that
they sued New Line.
So check this out.
So that was post Hobbit that they did that?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
They sued them, and Middle Earth Enterprises sued New Line as well. Those are the ones who own the TV rights. Or I'm sorry, movie rights, and they sued them because they didn't get enough royalties for it too. So like WB has always been kind of shady with it, but I think Peter Jackson was given so much creative freedom with the first movies that you could see how much they were trying to push for another like bestseller trilogy, trying to force like a love story in there and all those aspects. So you can see like how the dynamic changed a lot between the two.
Yeah, it did feel like they weren't quite sure what to do with it. I mean, there are, as you will see in season 2, like many lovely moments, in these movies. I have my qualms for sure, but
can I just say
the
though,
last episode we recorded was very interesting. And these qualms got passed on to the guests.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to, but if I'm right, I'm right. You know what I mean?
One of the biggest changes though is like Faramir. Faramir is like the biggest change in the movies. And I don't mind it.
Right.
Because he still demonstrates like a capability to like not be completely tempted by the ring. But they had to show like change over time, I guess. So it made sense.
Yeah, it's just funny to me how like Peter, Philippa, Fran, they decided that they really needed more people to fall to the ring, which I think I sure, right? Like you're trying to make a point about how powerful this thing is, but at the same time, like Gimli literally hits it with an axe. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like if you're gonna do like, but you don't make everybody do that.
Right. They try to make the ring like a character in itself, and I got it. I think it was the right approach, but there are some things where I'm like, nah, let's not do that. Like,
Brienne said Andie's Qualms, a new series. That, yes. Accurate.
Yes. I'm so in.
Start that TikTok
Be our
series.
Patreon extra stuff.
Yes,
I know.
there you go.
Because I truly am. Like with Lord of the Rings, I feel like I didn't always know how I completely felt going in, but I pretty much knew like everything that like my memory of the movies and the books was pretty good, you know, and then just doing the side to side, back to back kind of thing really highlighted things that I had forgotten, you know what I mean? But with so we're watching the Hobbit extended editions, and I have never watched the extended editions prior to doing this, so
really?
It's my history with the Hobbit movies is not good. It's not good. And I'm trying to be more flexible.
Good.
But I'm very open, like right at the outset. Meeks, I think you can attest to this. Like very first episode, I was like, this is how I have historically felt about the Hobbit. But I'm trying to grow from previous Andie.
Offer's hat really kills me. I'm just gonna say it now. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That hat kills me. Like angers me. I'm like, what is that?
What is
I
the
would
point?
wear that. Why would he wear that?
There are
interesting character choice for sure.
Yeah, they have a little. I mean, it's like, and you know, on one hand, I get like wanting to like differentiate the door, and they do. We you know, we will talk about it at some point, but there are things like I get why they wanted each dwarf to have its own flavor for the purposes of the movie. And then there's things where I'm like, well, yeah.
Then it becomes not about the Hobbit anymore. That's like one of the classic criticisms of that trilogy is it's the dwarves, not the Hobbit.
Yeah, when Minhas was on, I mean, we basically decided, I mean, it was really like they made the choice that it's called the Hobbit whatever, but it's really not. And so it's like, and that, but it's, and here's the thing, right? Anytime you go into any adaptation, you're dealing with not only I'm not even looking. My favorite is, okay, great. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Jeff. I know you're joking.
Look at those movies are prequels to Lord of the Rings. That's not the Hobbit. They're prequels to Lord of the Rings. I've always found that to be the biggest problem with them.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And you know, when it's especially with things because it's for the Hobbit, I know that there's like a younger group like on Twitter. A lot of like the artists and like younger people that I follow, they watch the Hobbit first and they really, really love them. You know, like they were at a certain age. You watch something at that age, you're gonna love it. You know what I mean? Like it's like when Anna Maria was on, we said it's a fun romp. It's a romp, and that's all. Yes. You know what I mean? And so it's like I get it. But then there's me fighting with what I had wanted to see based on what I knew from Lord of the Rings and what I had read.
Yeah.
And then me trying to move like, I don't know. Like, I think there are actual like movie criticisms of The Hobbit, but at the same time, I'm trying to like not shit all over them. Like,
I appreciate them for what I appreciate them. I'm glad they remastered them to have more of like a cohesive frame rate and like kind of vibe that the Lord of the Rings does, because that was actually one of the biggest issues I always had, was because they use different types of cameras and because and they also changed, like, you know, because they obviously changed how the tint of everything, and it was just so off-putting at times where I was like, what's going, I don't feel like I'm even watching like the same director handle this the same way, or the same editing handle this the same way. And I'm glad they rectified that with the remasters, because then at least feels a little more like cohesive in some viewable sense.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, guys. I have to run right now. I'm gonna try to
That's
stop back in and
okay.
hop in chat. But thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so
Yes, of
glad to be a
course.
part of this because you, Chris, and the voices of Arda, are like my favorite podcasts, of course.
Mhm.
Love
So, all
you.
right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, see
Bye,
you.
buddy. Love you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Oh, we also have to drink.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I don't have a drink. Sorry.
Oh, here, take mine.
That's a cute ass mug.
That is cute.
Thank you. This is my mom. So my mom was like, I need Christmas ideas. And I was like, I think this mug is very pretty. She bought me 4. She's like,
So
I thought you
everyone
needed
can
a
pick 'em.
set. And I was like, Mom, I have to get rid of other mugs now. I do not have room for all these mugs. I live in New York. But
The mug accumulation problem.
they are very pretty. They make me happy. It's a happy mug. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
A happy mug.
There's a mugging joke in there that I'm just not gonna touch.
Okay, great. So, Nick, you are here and you are, a friend, you've been a guest, but at the same time, you're also one of our Patreon subscribers.
It's true.
Do you want to talk about why you decided to become a patron in addition to friend?
What is this? A pledge drive? Oh my
Yes.
god.
I take my cues from PBS and NPR, okay?
It's how I learned marketing.
Honestly, one of the very first jokes I made with Ahnna was like, we're going to get sponsored by NPR. Like, I'll be like, hello, and this is Tolkien with friends. Like my silly voice.
This is Tolkien with friends.
Yes. This is jazz plus jazz equals jazz.
Thank you. Better than Crazy Ira and the Douche.
Facts.
Why am I a Patreon supporter? Because
Why not?
content creators like yourselves deserve to be supported, not just with my downloads, but with my money. God dang it.
How do I become a patron?
There's a link in the bio.
Yeah, that's true. There's
Not
always
for the
a
other
link.
thing. There's always a link.
Yeah. If you go to patreon.com/Tolkien with friends, I try to keep it pretty consistent. But you can join at any amount, as little as $1. And then you get access to some extra stuff.
Mhm.
Like we did a test for this live stream. Only Patreon subscribers can see what the hell that was. And let's see. We released
You didn't put that out.
what?
It was
No.
amazing.
Just you, Nick, and Milo.
Okay.
Love you both. Let's see. We've released episodes early there. I'm going to start. I want to do it properly, but I'm going to start releasing my shitty notes that nobody else should see on there. You can get a little sneak preview. Let me find the first one. But this is the notebook that I have used for the podcast. It will no longer be used for the podcast anymore because she is full. But we made it 6 chapters into The Hobbit and all of Lord of the Rings. So
wow.
it's like this. Can try to decipher my handwriting for historical purposes. So basically what I do for each chapter is I go through and I pick a line, no more than 2 lines from each page. And then I try to I write down the page number and basically what the idea is. And then with the movie, and then I also do notes for the movie, and I just kind of do a play-by-play of what happened. So then when I'm writing up my official notes that Callie sees, then I can be like, what happened after that? I'll be like, oh yeah, then they said that. So that's how I do it.
That's so organized.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never been sure.
It's better than I would do.
I have to tell the people the differences. And this is my solemn vow.
Mm-hmm.
So
what would my message be for people who are on the fence? Get over yourselves. On
the fence about $1
about subscribing
a month. Well, then
Those
you can
notes
just.
are worth $1.
I would say so.
It's true.
I think we'll probably do like other things I just haven't thought of yet. But we'll probably do hangouts with our Patreon people if we can get that organized, or if you want to hang out with me more, you don't have to. Maybe you just want to hang out with Callie. That's cool. Callie, hang out.
As I just sit here and smile.
Andie, can I borrow $1?
No.
Amazing.
So my plan for like any money that we do use for that will go back into the podcast. I'm not using it for anything other than podcast stuff. So, maybe if it's enough, we could have some fun merch stuff. Maybe I will probably make some upgrades in other areas, but all podcast related purchases.
Yeah.
You will benefit. Everyone will benefit, not just
Will, and the more you give, the more we can give. So
right. So that's my plug.
All right, 15 minutes later, we'll do more.
Okay, our special guest has arrived. I might cry again.
It's not me and Meeks.
You are very, very special. But you get it.
I do. I almost said something.
She's connecting to audio. I screamed to
Connecting to audio. Yay!
Uh-oh.
Is it working? No.
Oh.
That's not
Confused face.
that's not the face.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
Yeah? Yay!
Yeah.
That works.
Ahnna's here! So, for anybody in the chat, if you, I don't know at what, like, obviously Cal is also here. And if you have been listening from the beginning, you know that Howl very well, okay?
Yes.
So, Ahnna, I can't even remember how many episodes. It was like 20-something episodes that you were with us for. And then she had a baby.
Well, baby.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me after I've been gone for so long.
Well, duh. We're live on the internet.
We're live on the internet.
This is our first time doing that, so that's different. We have some people in the chat. Everybody say hello to Ahnna or else. There's 9 people in the chat currently, so that's great.
That's it.
That's what it says.
That's pretty great.
It is.
I'm pretty sure they're all people we know, so I appreciate it. But Ahnna, Callie, Nick, you've met previously on bonus episode number 1. Meigs is here. She was our first guest for season 2, which will be released later this week. So, hello, everyone. Meet love of my life.
Aww.
Should it be Josh? Probably. Is it? Well.
My Josh also understands that,
Yeah.
It's like Andrea, Ahnna, all the way.
Yeah. Facts.
Aw.
Facts.
Aw.
Yeah. I could just stare at her the rest of the time, but
I know
I'll
you
try
could.
I'll try to keep talking.
Talk about Lord of the Rings. Don't mind me.
I know. What is Cal? Is there a squirrel? Is there a human?
School just got let out, so there's people walking the neighborhood.
How
I'm
could
very
they?
upset about that. Yeah.
Wow,
Gosh
that's
forbid.
upsetting. Everybody has said a hi to you. Like Tim, Mila waved, Pete said hi, Jared said hi. Jeff is talking about, I don't even know. Jeff.
It's
Hey,
like
pennies.
3 layers.
What are we
Hey,
gonna do with
Penny,
them?
what is the
Penny's
joke in that?
weekend.
I'm sure there is one. All I can tell you.
What's the joke, Nick?
Do you know it?
Like hey penny, ha penny, but however you say it.
Oh.
That was Pete's joke, and then Jeff's making it about cereal grain.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, you live and you learn sometimes, Jeff, and sometimes it's not fun.
Clever girl. Famous
Let's
last words.
see. I was thinking about some of my favorite moments from the past year, and Ahnna, I think a standout one was when Amber spoiled the Eowyn Faramir marriage.
That is such a good one.
I just remember, like, she was just talking, and you were like, and
They
I was
were
like,
married?
Yeah, I was like truly shook. I had no idea. I mean,
I get it. You wouldn't, would you? You know, they just kind of make eyes
do they
at
even
each other.
talk to each other in the movies?
I mean, barely.
Barely.
Yeah.
And
they're
she's
just
so thirsty for Vigo.
Aragorn. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, does she care about anyone else?
She's quick to move on. Yeah. It's like, I only have eyes for. Oh, you're cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
I
know.
think that she felt guilty, but it's really okay.
Yeah.
that She spoiled that because I would not have known.
Yeah, I know.
If we didn't have that conversation.
I know, and it was your last episode, so like, if it was, it had to be. You know what I mean? I just the look on your face is forever a top tier memory because you were just, and I was like, oh, you knew. Are you joking? And you were like, Milo remembers.
I was apparently not giving Jeff enough credit. There is a thing called a wheat penny.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. I just didn't understand.
So it was a good double entendre.
Okay. Flowers for Jeff. Mila said, I remember 10-year-old me in the theater seeing them at the coronation and thinking they'd make a cute couple. Mila also had no idea, so it wasn't
That's the
obvious.
true biggest issue with the films is they have done a complete disservice to that relationship.
Yeah.
Jerks.
I mean, especially in the extended, just let them talk. I just don't think Pete understood how much that we would let them keep going. Like 5-hour cut? Sure.
Please.
We would still be on season 1.
He just wanted to kill an Oliphant.
Yeah.
Fancier. So, you know.
I mean, that is his vibe. That is that's what Peter likes to do.
Yeah, why have relationships when you can have like murder of animals?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's like one of the only things that you don't like on it is when animals die.
I really don't.
You're like, kill that guy, hate him, kill that guy. Animals. We don't fuck
crossing the line right there.
Yeah. And I agree.
Oh, I'm bored with that.
Yeah. It's harder to watch for sure.
Yes.
That was
for sure.
One of the hardest parts of Chernobyl, honestly. Now that's a completely different subject, but
I honestly do not watch that part of that episode.
I don't blame you. It was awful.
And I've seen that miniseries multiple times, and I will still skip that part where they go to shoot the dogs.
Oh, yeah. Don't say it. Oh, avoiding me saying the words.
So sad though.
But Ahnna's perfect in every way. It's in my notes here. It wasn't, but it should have been. You know, I still don't know if we've topped our introduction from episode 3. Do you remember episode 3, Ahnna? Where it was counting down and we made a joke about it, and I was like, as if I'm not gonna cut this part, and you were like, yeah, welcome to the podcast, and then you made guitar sounds with your mouth. Wow,
that was wild back then.
I know.
What happened?
I loved it.
You became a mom. That's what happened.
Yeah.
You no longer can make guitar noises with your vocal cords once that happens.
That's for the child to do now.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least not when baby is sleeping.
Yeah. What's he up to right now?
Well, he's getting picked up.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully they'll be home soon.
Oh,
like, okay. I thought you meant physically.
No, yeah. Delivered to the house from grandma's house.
Yes.
Oh,
yay. Grandma's house.
Jeff said something in the chat that makes me think of a question for y'all.
Do it.
So Viggo Mortensen very cutely bought the horse that played Brago for himself and then also bought the horse that was Asphalov for the stunt rider, which is like amazing. What's everyone's favorite like behind the scenes thing like that? Like it could be a set piece or a prop that they kept. It could be like the hobbits doing that funny bit where they all hate each other.
Oh yeah, I do like that bit.
Yeah, that's a good bit. What's
That is
everyone's
a good
favorite
bit.
behind the scenes thing? And don't say the broken toe.
No.
Doesn't
Is
count.
everybody over the broken toe at this point? Like, it's such a
But you have to say it. But
You
you
do.
can't not say it.
Everyone
You
has
can
to
be
that
over it.
meme. It's the broken toe.
Did you know?
You
Yeah.
have to acknowledge the moment at the very least. But
I'm trying to think.
I don't know a lot of behind the scenes, or at least none. Like I don't know. My mind.
I
is
think
probably
mine
too.
might be Christopher Lee telling Pete that that's not how it sounds when you get stabbed in the back.
Yes, that's such a good moment.
Because Pete was like, I really need you to like sell it, and he's like, you don't yell, like you inhale.
Yeah.
And Pete was like, I don't want to know how you know that, but
I don't know what. Yeah.
yeah, when
I
Billy,
didn't know that. That is a good moment.
yeah,
That's a good moment.
Sean Bean being afraid of helicopters is what Tim said.
Yes.
And he
classic.
like climbed up a cliff or a mountain of some size to get to set instead of taking the helicopter in his Boromir clothes.
Wow.
It's very in
That's-
character of him, I feel like.
Yeah.
Billy is fake beating up Dom. That's the first thing I thought of, Mila said. Vigo fishing in between takes is Pete's favorite. I think everyone just became their character low key. Mine is the fact that Dom and Billy actually getting stretched to show their height. What? I can't read. Vigo and Billy making out. Oh, that is a good one.
That's a good one.
That wasn't it.
Vigo headbutting everybody. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, and I think that's one of the stunt guys did it, or they did it in a scene or something, and then he's like, "We just do this now."
Yeah. I think it might be a thing in Maori culture.
Yeah,
like the headbutts, and so Vigo, they like brought Vigo in on that because he did all of his own.
They did a
stunts.
haka for him, didn't they? At the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I know. And was it Vigo's last day when he like open mouth kissed Billy Boyd?
I think that's the makeout.
Or his
moment.
birthday or something. Like he had a silly hat on. And
Yes.
and they were like off screen, and like Sean was having trouble like delivering joy on his wedding day in the scene. So they had Billy and Vigo off in the background, like not on scene but on screen, but like with the camera guys, and just being silly so that he would crack up a bit, and Vigo goes for it, and we're all a little bit jealous of Billy Boyd.
I'm jealous of both of them.
Yeah, I also love, speaking of Vigo kissing people, is when Liv Tyler, she was supposed, so they had done the scene right of them kissing with facing Vigo, but then they were going to do the last time with facing Liv as Arwen, so that to get like her close-ups, and she was going to kiss like an extra guy, like a stunt guy or like his double or something, and she was really upset about it.
So they flew him from one island to the other
so that they could make out.
I love it.
I know.
So
I like
Dom
that
Splinter.
That comfort is very important, though. Like that
it is. How do you sell an intimate moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't just kiss you. I mean, it's like, I bet she was like, sorry, Ted, but you get it. It's just,
Poor Ted's just crying in the shower. Oh my god.
I know. He was like, I was gonna kiss Liv Tyler. Like, she stole someone else's dream that day. Let's think about that. I'm just kidding. I don't blame her at all.
No.
Somebody said Dom Splinter. Yeah, I think Dom Splinter, which like everyone teasing him for that. Sean directing the helicopters.
Yes, very cute.
And I think I saw like a TikTok clip of him at Fan Expo or something, and they brought it up, and he's still very adamant that like he wanted to be sure that they were safe.
These professional pilots.
Yeah, like everyone was like, I'm sure that they got it. And but Sean was like, do you see that there's another helicopter behind you? And they're like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Stay in your lane. You're an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's also a father.
He was set daddy in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that it was, he does kind of reference in the appendices how he kind of like was trying to be the Sam to Elijah's Frodo, even off screen. And you can also see that in like how the movies kind of takes their age difference from the books and in the movies and runs with it, you know, because obviously Frodo is supposed to be the older one in the story. And I think that comes across more. He's more authoritative, like he makes more decisions, and you know, Sam kind of grows into more of a leadership role later when Frodo is kind of down for the count. But with Elijah and Sean, they're already, you know, like Elijah's a baby in this movie, so I think it made sense for how they played it for the film, because it's not, we're not going to believe it. I mean, nobody's going to believe that anybody is younger than Elijah.
Right. Still. And he's over 40.
No, still a baby, actually.
There's some other good ones in the chat.
Some really good ones in the chat I'm reading. Yeah, that's awesome.
Benedict crawling around on the set for mocap. Oh yeah, for when he's Smaug in The Hobbit. That is really cool. Great.
It is.
He was a great Smaug. Ian McKellen. Oh,
crying. Oh, it's so heartbreaking.
I didn't want a sad one. Yeah, that is tough. I think about it a lot when I watch The Hobbit. How like they put him in a green screen room, and you know, because now he's I mean, they did a lot of stuff so that he could act opposite like Ian Holm and Elijah, like even though they're hobbits. But then there's so many dwarves that he has to be taller than, that, you know, they were like superimposing him into the scene, and so he's like acting in a green baguette, you know, and it's just like he's like,
and everyone else is in the set. So sad.
I know. Did they fix that for him at all? Like, did they realize? I don't even know the story of like if they.
I feel the way they cut it in the like behind the scenes documentary is that's why they like made his tent nicer. Remember, they like decorated it more and made it so it felt like home for him.
Oh, okay.
But that was just like that's like giving your employees a pizza party instead of a raise. So
McCollum, now come the days of the Queen and his amazing flower wig. That's a good one. That's a good clip that I hadn't seen for a really long time until like TikTok has resurfaced some of this stuff.
I was gonna say, speaking of wigs, the whole "Do you wear wigs?" which went so viral on TikTok for so long.
I know, and that is something that it's so obscure, you know, like it's not even like it's like an interview that happened and they pranked Elijah. Ahnna, do you know the story about "Do you wear wigs?" Okay, so Elijah, this is like this is like before you really did virtual interviews, you know what I mean? But it's almost like it is a virtual interview. So like Elijah comes in to be interviewed, you know how they do their press junkets, and then they have somebody asking him questions that he can't see, and they've got an outrageous accent, and like they start asking him like, "Do you wear wigs?" And he's like, "No, I do not." Like, "Will you?" Special guest part 2.
Look at him.
Oh, hello. Hello, baby. Hello.
Oh, he's looking good.
I know. He's so handsome.
Look at
There
him.
he is. So handsome.
Holding his head so
yes.
well.
That's my buddy. That's my friend. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, the little smile.
That's right.
They're talking about you. How was your day?
Hello.
Well.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, always welcome. Hello, baby. Look at him.
Oh.
He's so sweet.
He is so cute.
There's Mr. Dude.
Mr. Dude. Oh, you're connected forever.
He's just Ugh, you got him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh, the most precarious handoff ever.
Immortalized forever.
That's so cute.
Oh,
Do you wear wigs was an Easter egg on the DVD menu. See, this is how long I need to bust out. I need to find out where Josh put my DVDs and click around.
On the extended DVDs?
That's what she said.
Now I gotta dig in.
It's been so like everything that I remember right now is more or less because of how many times I watched the appendices. You know what I mean? Like I haven't. But anyway, so like he's asking Elijah, do you wear wigs? Will you wear wig? You know, like when will you wear wigs? And he's like, I don't know. Like, and he just starts laughing. And then turns out it was Dom Monahan the whole time.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Pranking him.
Yes.
It's really good.
Yeah. And it became like a TikTok sound last year.
You are a beautiful man. A
beautiful
man.
You got, and there was one that like there was one with the sound, but then there's also one that had like the Little Mermaid under the sea underneath it. Will you wear wigs? No, I do not. Will you wear wigs?
That one's so good.
No, I do not. You're beautiful.
Beautiful man. Beautiful man. Oh, that's a good. Those are good.
Fills my heart with joy.
So cute. Such a good cast, such a good crew. You know what I mean? Like there was literal magic on those sets. Like I know it was probably like horrible and hard. Like you see some of the extras with like the guys at Weta, like just having to pull like falling asleep at their computers and stuff to like finish the edits on time. But
I think that it was a passion project for them.
Oh yeah, for
like
sure.
It wasn't just their boss was saying you have to work really hard.
Yeah.
It was also that they cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100.
I probably have to get going, so I do want to share one last thing,
please.
Which is how I found the podcast. And episode 5, I went and looked to make sure I was right, was my friend Emily, not only a TikTok friend, but IRL. I was in her wedding kind of friend. Sil Maramely is her handle. And I found out that she was on this podcast, and I was like, wait, there's a bunch of women on the internet who like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and Tolkien and everything, because in my experience, it had always been like people white men. Like had always been an experience of people who talk about and love. So finding other people like me was just like so exciting to be able to kind of like join a community and hear from and get just like a different perspective. So to me, that was like so exciting. And I'm so grateful for like the internet and bringing just an amazing community together. So
that's awesome. I didn't know that that's how you found us. That's so cool.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Well, enjoy the rest of happy anniversary.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will see you guys all soon.
Yes. See you very soon.
Yes.
Thanks,
Bye.
Meeks.
Bye.
What an absolute delight.
She really is.
A ray of sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so cute. Oh, Richard Taylor's interview on the Friendship Onion about his experience of working on the movie is so good. Also, Richard Taylor has got to have one of my favorite New Zealand accents. Like the New Zealand accent in general is good, but his is like, I can't do an impression of it, but if you go look him up, he sounds the best.
He does.
Like he doesn't sound of this world to me. Also some of the most knowledgeable creators on the platform. Pete. Don't say nice things to me. I can't cry again. I was like, I missed the first cry.
I'm not surprised that you've already cried. It's been like an hour that you've been.
I'm more surprised you haven't cried more.
Don't turn this into a make Andie cry situation.
Myla, I'm so jealous.
Oh,
wow.
She blacked out. Does that mean you don't remember it? I mean, I also live for the picture where Howard Shore is signing something for you and you're just like dead at the camera. Like, oh, Mila's a cutie. Love her.
It's true.
Yeah. She saved my life at Comic-Con because my phone was dying. She let me use her charger.
Aww.
I was like, I'm never gonna get home. She's the best.
I had so much fun with Mila at Comic-Con.
Yeah. She's
It was
lovely.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was good to
Aw.
see her at the concert earlier this month. Just in time for the waterworks, Brian. It's always time for waterworks. It's Andie o'clock. They're always just, I'm always ready, you know, just right behind these eyeballs.
Gonna cry.
Yeah, just whoop. But I'm gonna keep it together, I think.
No one says you have to.
You know,
No. Let it out.
well, I just don't think that's why.
Not all
10
tears are an
people.
evil, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
That part makes me cry for shizzle.
Oh, and that's my other favorite behind the scenes thing is finding out that they had to film that scene so many times and then
Oh
they
my
realized Sean
God.
had the wrong vest on.
I would have 100% gotten a migraine. So like they filmed the scene and they think they've got it. You know, it's like all that emotion they have to put out. And then is it Peter that realizes like the next day or like somebody and
They went to lunch.
They went to lunch. Okay. And then they realized there's a point where he's wearing his jacket, like the vest part, right? And then he's
Mhm.
not wearing the vest
Mhm.
underneath his jacket. And so then they got to redo it again. You know, I mean, they had to do it. Somebody else messed up one of the times. It wasn't just Sean the whole time, but right? Like
Yes, I think so.
there was something else that happened that like
Now I just want to watch the appendices.
the appendices are really good.
They're really good. Like,
I think the appendices, in addition to just getting to see, you know, everyone behind the scenes, but the in-depth nature, you know, of going about everything that happened, not just the actors, which, you know, there is a lot of actor stuff, but like hearing about the costume design, the bigatures, you know, the miniatures that they built, the sets, the digital aspect of every, you know, like
mhm.
I think that it really inspired not just like a love for these movies, but just like a love for like movie making in general. with a lot of
Guaranteed
people.
there are people making movies right now who wouldn't have done it if they didn't watch those documentaries. Like,
Yeah.
guaranteed. Or maybe they wouldn't have come into it as soon as they did. Or anything.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, those DVDs had everything. They had Tolkien documentaries, they had sketches, you know, they had like storyboards. I mean,
These movies have everything.
they have everything. Yeah, that was probably some of the first like about Tolkien content that I read, you know, definitely pre-reading like his biography and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, learning about like Tom Shippey and who that is. Yeah, so unpolished and genuine, Brienne said.
It's
yeah,
true.
very
It's
good.
true.
High quality. With also being like authentic and, you know, not too.
Yeah.
I know that they were edited, and I believe that there are like 2 versions of like the editing. Like somebody edited the appendices one, but then there's also like a document or like something that was edited by someone else.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I think they cut it so that you could just watch instead of having to go between things. But I've never seen that.
Yeah, but I think they include some other things in that isn't in. There's like extra. There's like more. You know what I mean?
I go get it.
I don't even
Yeah.
have a way to play DVDs. in my
Anna bought me a little
house.
DVD player to plug into my computer. She gets it.
Oh,
She gets me specifically.
Aw.
She's like, this bitch needs to watch these fucking DVDs.
All she be talking about is these appendices all the time. She gets to watch it.
I know.
So we can stop hearing about it.
Yeah. And yet here you are, still
know.
hearing
Here
about
it
it.
is.
Agreed to co-host the podcast.
She did. You asked me if you
when your best friend is like, I have a dream,
I know.
blah blah blah. I'm like, I guess I'll help. I mean, I love you.
Aw.
Like, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's like we went from working with each other and hanging out most days after work to many years down the road, then we like podcasted once a week with each other.
Aw.
But honestly, that was a lot. And now we podcast every other week because that is much more manageable.
Good.
You know what I mean? Because it's like life happens.
Well, and then you can, edit in between.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I was pretty good up until like we went to Hawaii, and then I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, more manageable. So every 2 weeks is what we go for.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so it makes it so you look forward to it.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like, oh my god, I'm a week.
That just cut out.
Yeah, you went robot for me.
Callie, what'd you say? Are you frozen? Oh no.
I just screenshotted Callie's face because it's so good.
Callie, you were gone for a second. You froze. Are you back? I think you're back.
I am. What
Okay.
face was I making?
I don't
Oh my
know.
god, no.
I'll send it to you.
Can't
No.
trust Nick, I guess.
Oh no. It's almost like at the worst time.
I know. Oh, that's funny. Brienne said, remember when Liv Tyler's dad, aka Steven Tyler, thought that wasn't her real voice in the movie? Oh yeah, he because her voice was lower than what it actually is. She's like, Dad, I'm an actor. And she is. I love Liv Tyler. I think during the pandemic, did everyone watch the anniversary or like the thing that the Josh Gad thing where they did a reunion on YouTube? Are you serious? That was like highlight of the pandemic. Like they had everybody there. Yeah, Josh Gad did this whole thing on YouTube where he had like, what did he say? What did he call it? Does everyone remember what it was called? But it was like a Back to the Future reference, but they weren't all Back to the Future. You know what I mean? And he had pretty much all of the main cast, including Carl Urban and Miranda Otto, Liv Tyler also came. Obviously, all the Fellowship was there. That is a real treat. If you haven't watched it, go look it up on YouTube.
One Zoom to rule them all.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, now I have to watch it.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't watch that. That was like
know.
peak pandemic. That
I
and
wasn't
like,
Tiger King.
oh, I could not watch that. Animals being abused? No.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. Ahnna, I think you told me don't watch it.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
But does everyone remember, like, I think it was an app called Quibi. I don't know if it's still real, but they did like 5-minute increments. Like, it's always short videos. It's like, but they did a thing where they had celebrities reenact every single scene from Princess Bride, but they were just like at their house. And
what?
Yeah, you guys are missing peak pandemic content right now.
I guess so. I was too depressed, apparently.
Yeah, I was constantly looking for stuff to watch.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, they have like sometimes they'll be acting together, but it's obviously spliced together because they're at their own homes. It's very funny, and it's exactly the Princess Bride, but just with whatever they had, and it's different people playing the same, like it's obviously the same characters throughout, but the actors change every 5-minute video.
Oh, that's cool.
It's great. I'm sure that's probably re-uploaded to YouTube somewhere as a whole thing, but I had to watch it in like 5-minute chunks.
Wow.
Yeah. Fun
Did
fact.
TikTok take over for Quibi?
I think so. But Quibi tried to do it in like miniature sitcoms and like I don't even know why they thought that was a good idea, but if you haven't seen it, yeah. It was during my peak pandemic depression era. Wow. I get it. We were all sad. I understand. I get it.
I know what happened. I spent the first 6 months of the pandemic living. I went back and stayed with my parents on the farm in the country.
Oh.
That is probably why I missed out on so much of this entertainment stuff. I just was not paying attention. I was at home planting fields and steering
That sounds
cows
nice.
Yeah, that's
doing
it.
like not online stuff. So I'm like, well, what was I doing during?
Yeah. I kind of wish I hadn't
been.
been doing online stuff, but here we were.
Corky, are you crying?
Now you can talk about it.
Yeah.
Corky.
If I lean this way, it's because Corky needs attention.
Mom.
Well, of course.
I know. He's like, what? I mean, I worked sitting here, and now he's like, okay, well, this is the part where we like go to the couch, right? And I'm like, no.
Go to the other set place.
Yeah. But then he can sit up there with me, Sometimes if he's
a hobbit. Oh.
what? So Callie is a hobbit.
basically.
Oh,
It's a hobbit life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just making bread from scratch and yeah. It was nice actually.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah. It was a little weird being like living with my parents. I mean, I wasn't living with my parents, right? It's not like I moved but staying with them. And my grandmother stayed with us also. So we were like 3 generations in the house for a while. And then when my nieces visited, then we were like 4 generations, and it was so much fun.
Aww.
It was really super special, actually. It was a nice time.
Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah.
When did you leave? Or like come back to the city?
We came back. We spent what happened was I want to say end of February. It was during maple syrup season. And we packed up we were like, okay, I go home every year during I go home for a weekend of sugaring.
Is that not the most Canadian thing anyone's ever said?
So so it was like, middle of winter, and we had all our winter gear, and we were like, okay, we'll go for just like 3-day weekend for the sugaring. And so we expected to go for 3 days, and we were there for 6 months.
Amazing.
I had luckily brought my cat.
I was gonna say, where's the cat?
But I brought her. She came too, and she stayed with Mom and Pop, and it was amazing.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so I remember it was like turning May or June, and we were still wearing our like high winter boots that go up to my knees, because I thought we were going back in February, and we didn't, and stores weren't delivering. You couldn't go shopping. Like it was, right? It was just like this really upside down time. And yeah.
Wow. Memories. Anyway,
all alone in the moon.
I don't know the rest after that.
I don't either. I just know that from School of Rock.
you've got it.
Callie, completing us as always. Deb in the chat says, congrats on 1 year. I want to thank you all for including me in this amazing community. Well, of course, game recognized game. we have really cool people surrounding us. I feel like
really are very lucky.
So do. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Speaking of cool people doing cool things, Andie and Callie, are you excited for the Conqueror Challenge to start?
I am. Yes.
Ready to log that in tomorrow and get going.
Actually, go outside and do steps.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so the medals this time are, so it's 3.
Yeah.
And is it Rohan first?
Rohan.
But then they do Helm's Deep. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then Gondor? And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, maybe you should have called the first one Edoras. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't listen to me. I've had similar, and not me. Like, I think they had the same thing last time. Like, Moria was like weirdly short. But then like Rivendell wasn't, I don't know. Like
I remember we were on that river forever.
Yeah,
like after they leave Lothlorien, and we were just like, everyone was like walking, running, hiking, biking, and we just couldn't get off this damn river.
Yeah, I thought
Like
it was
some
interesting
lakes,
that
the pacing in this thing is
like they had one of the legs was, so you did the Shire to Bree, but you know, I get it, Hobbiton to Bree, but then it went Bree, the actual official leg was Bree to the Doors of Moria. But there was a stop where you could kind of zoom into Rivendell, but it wasn't like you didn't actually earn the badge until the Doors of Moria, and then getting through Moria was like this big. So you had this really long, like L-shaped leg. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, I gotta add the other one. I was like, I wasn't ready yet, guys. Because I didn't buy them all at one time. I like bought them each individually, which definitely cost me more money. It was a mistake, but oh well.
Uh-oh. Why did they just partner with Lord of the Rings? They could do like other fandoms for this.
I don't know what they sent a survey out. Did anyone else get that? Like asking what other nerdy shit they should do. And Game of Thrones is on there.
Game of Thrones.
I clicked it.
50% Game of Thrones.
There's so much walking in that story. Yeah, come on.
The King's Road, like let's get with it.
Come on, there was even like Powerpuff Girls on the list of like, they were like, pick which ones, pick your top 5 or whatever. And I was just like clicking.
I like messed my app up and I messaged support and they got right back to me. It was a real person. It was very sweet.
Yeah. They're legit. They're good.
They are. They're good. Very good.
They're good at it. Trying to think.
Yeah, so Pete, you don't, and it doesn't even, you like, we're just starting it tomorrow, but you don't have to join tomorrow. Like if you, excuse me.
Bless you.
I'm sorry. If you like, I don't know, want to wait until next week to purchase it, as long as we haven't completed the challenge, you can join anytime as long before we finish it.
So one thing that's really cool about it
further legs and stuff
is that it's like, yes, I think it encourages you to like contribute, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like the party is going to keep moving no matter when you join, you know what I mean? Like you're not going to be like, it does show you there, you can have it show you a little marker where you are in comparison to your group, but I always turn that off because that's stressful. I'm like, just show me where the group is.
I don't use that feature
because once the group finishes, then it says order your badge, you know, like you prepay for it and then it sends you the medal. And then you could sign up, and then you sign up for them, you know, keep doing it. But yeah, the chat, like the legs of the challenge last as long as like the whole group going. It's not just like you individually, you know.
But I like seeing everyone's activity status and just giving them a thumbs up.
Yeah, I like doing
postcards that. And it's nice.
Very cute.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I'm glad they're doing it.
I know. I'm like, there's so many different. I'm like, they need to do Bilbo. That's what I want to do.
Oh
yes.
Yeah, they're not gonna stop. Like they'll probably do. They should do a Hobbit one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, they could do the Silmarillion. Oh, like do a Baron and Luthien one. Oh my gosh, that would be great.
No
one's
gonna
be too obscure.
No,
because they're definitely doing it based off of like the movie. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
Like all the postcards and stuff that you see when you get to certain landmarks, it's all like stuff from the movie.
Oh yeah, it's all movie stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like, you know what's another thing I realized through this year of podcasting is how much I love Christopher Lee. I feel like I was really like, every time he showed up in a chapter or a scene, I was like, yes, Saruman, get it.
You really like clued me into how much I was like, man, they just ruined him at the end. Like we deserved so much more.
It breaks my heart. And it breaks my heart for Christopher because he was like,
I'm such a big Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah.
Like he was the one, he's the only one that has actually locked eyes on Tolkien in person. You know what I mean? Like he read the books every year when not everybody else did. And and then they cut his. I mean, they have this extended scene, which is like should have been longer. Like if you're not gonna do the Scouring of the Shire, let him like go out with a bang. But then they cut it, and you know, I don't think Christopher knew that it was cut when he went to see the movie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
And it's like, you know, maybe there's like, I mean, he did agree to come back for The Hobbit, which is probably good. I was kind of surprised that he did. I thought he was too burnt, but
Well, he got to do it from London.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't fly him out to New Zealand or anything.
Yeah, but he's also like really old by that point.
Really old. Yeah.
But good for him. I love him so much. It is an app.
Yeah, Callie posted it in the Swole here, the Riders of Swolhan yesterday. Hi, Cal.
I miss Cal. He's so cute.
He's pretty cute.
I know.
Dog just walked by.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta say hi.
Stay away from my house.
Ike's licking his butt.
Oh.
I wonder what Emmy's doing.
I don't know.
Probably
Has the
worried.
dog changed at all since the baby arrived? Are they more? Is he more protective at all?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
he's same level,
Same.
I would say. Yeah.
Just Cal forever.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when Cal was a baby?
He was so
I
little.
know.
What kind of dog is Cal? I've never seen him. I've just heard
Oh
him.
shit.
He's a boxer.
Aw,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love boxers.
Yeah. He's a good boy.
He is. Just very high strung.
Yeah.
And protective.
As they do.
Yeah. He's got a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
many
he
things.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the best.
Other
like
than,
him.
I can.
Me
Corky,
too.
of course.
Yeah. I can Corky. I mean, like, I feel like they used to bark more. I think they've gotten more used to this setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The city.
Yeah. I mean, they used to bark more at me during the podcast, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Corky would cry. Somebody, so Ike, I don't know if everyone knows this, but Ike hates skateboards. Or anything that might be a skateboard. So say somebody's got a delivery with like a cart or something. Tiny wheels, skateboard sound. He'll bark at that. Like he just hears it. Because our apartment is like right at the front of the building. Lee can confirm. And like sometimes kids will skateboard right there, and I'm like, please go away. Please stop.
Go have fun somewhere else.
I have an old man here and he's gonna yell at me. Or like sometimes there's like a cart sound, or you know, he used to even get mad at little kids on scooters.
Those tiny wheels just be tripping him up.
He just doesn't think people should be moving at such speeds. It's just uncouth.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
wheel.
He yelled at this guy on a scooter one time, and he turned and he looked at him and he goes, "Fuck you!" And I was like,
Excuse you.
I was like, you got something. I'm like, why? He can't do anything. He's not like a wild dog chasing you. He's just on the sidewalk going, arr, 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 you know.
Little dog. Like if you're threatened by a little dog.
Yeah. One time
Just
he
you
did.
wait.
One time he did try to jump on this one guy who was being sus. And this guy, he was like on the phone. He was like, "Oh, some rat dog just attacked me." And I was like, "Really?
Rat dog.
Really?" I was like, "Oh, nice, buddy. Nice."
New York is a
Crazy.
different place, man.
Tis.
Oh man.
Tis. But Ike is a good judge of character, I'll say.
Dogs usually are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Corky, I don't think he has any judgment.
He should be
Just-
left alone.
Doing.
Yeah. Yeah, no thoughts, really, ever. I had a couple other things that I had written down just from
Yeah.
like flipping through some of the highlight reel that is our Instagram page.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. And I post some of my favorite things, my favorite clips. Little clips.
Little quickie.
Little clips.
I do probably have to go soon.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do things. Mom
Yeah,
things.
right. I get that. But this is so nice.
Yeah, it feels good to like be back, kind of.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, we do this every other Sunday, so here we're
You
just
and
yeah.
Callie,
Mhm.
chit-chat.
Mhm. Yeah, we're not doing this weekend because your girl needs to edit, but we're doing next weekend. What chapter is that?
Did you send me the outline? I think you did.
I think I did. I probably
Queer
I
logic.
think you did.
Queer Logic. Okay, so it's Bayorn. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
You
Can't
know.
wait to watch that part.
Yeah, same. I'll probably do it.
It's a
last
fun
one.
part.
I really love that chapter. It's where the dwarves show up post eagles and stuff, and that's the bear man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Man, bear,
Yes.
pig.
man bear pig. So yeah, that's a good chapter. I have many thoughts about the design that they went with for the movie.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Like even when I did
I
that
like-
bracket filter and he showed up, I was like,
And the actor did a good job with what
Yeah.
he was given.
just like the
Yeah.
mutton chop thing.
It just, yeah, why does he look like that?
Nope.
I was disappointed myself because I like they in both of them. So I'm with Ahnna on the animal lover thing. I just and so I like Radagast. He's my favorite wizard because he takes care of the animals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. And if I had to marry any of the wizards, it would Radagast and I would live in our hut and take care of the forest animals, and that is just perfect for me. So Bjorn was my kind of like second favorite, right?
Yeah.
He's got like that. He's a thing, and he takes care of the animals, and he's gentle with the bees, and like all that kind of stuff. And then the
Mhm.
movies came, and I was like, "Oh, you're not attractive."
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of me was hoping that
I was
would be
like, literally,
I don't know.
Beast from Beauty and the Beast is more attractive than this.
Yeah.
Yes, literally.
And he's a bad guy part of the time. Like, what?
It's true.
It was wrong. It's wrong on so many levels.
Bad guys are hot though, so what can you
Yeah,
say?
but then Bayorn is just this weird in between.
Weird.
You're
Very weird.
disappointed.
Ugh.
He looked cool as a bear.
Yeah.
And
But-
it's just his face. Like the rest of him is fine.
Yeah.
But it's just
Mila, I had such high hopes for movie Bayorn. Big burly bear man with a beard. It seemed so easy. It
I
did.
know. Yeah.
And then they were like, nah. We're not
We'll go a
going.
different route. Also,
Yeah.
his house is a barn. A
Yes.
tiny barn
Yes.
with no walking animals that will
Right.
like serve you. Ponies serving you.
I
with the
know.
dogs. Come on.
I know. It wasn't right. And so, well, we'll see. We'll see how right or wrong it was later. But yeah.
Don't spoil it now.
No, we won't. I haven't even read the chapter yet. Hey!
Another guest.
That Emmy? Hey.
Like kitty.
Get in the chair. Is he getting in the chair? Oh, look at that. He struck
She's like, I can't get up here, Dad.
The struggle is real.
Oh.
Hello.
Yay. Oh, kisses for Dad.
So pretty.
He is pretty. And crazy.
Aw.
You're the best girl.
The
And you smell.
Oh,
Oh,
love that.
She was scratching at the door. I was like, oh my God, she's a sweet baby.
Yes.
Oh, you guys.
She was like,
stinky.
Dad, what the heck are you doing?
It's just too late for you, Dad.
I know.
can't be having fun without her. So
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's a crime. Ooh,
oh,
gorgeous.
you stink.
how I feel whenever like his Corky is a licker. Like he wants to lick whatever he can get his hands on. And if you just go, and then he goes right up the nostril with the tongue. And I'm like, that's stinky.
Emmy's big on the ears.
Oh.
Which is weird. She'll like lick and then she'll nibble. And I'm like,
oh,
don't get any ideas.
Yeah.
See, she's trying.
Oh.
The ultimate wet willy.
I want her to own it, Jeff.
That's so funny. Once you let them in the chair. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff lost. So Ahnna
His
probably
chair to
doesn't know this story, but Jeff had like a crappy office chair, and he got, I don't know where he got this, but he got this very nice upgrade, huge upgrade office chair, very nice. But of course, he lets his dog sit in it once, and now I don't think Jeff ever.
Chair.
It's Strider's chair now.
I've never seen
Jeff. I've never seen him
in the new chair. I've never seen him in the new chair.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Strider is the boss at Jeff's house 100%.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls him the actual house owner.
Yes. He's a very good boy, though.
Yes, he's so pretty.
So pretty.
Well, Ahnna, I know that you're gonna have to go, but do you have any parting thoughts?
I just can't believe it's been a year.
I know, me either.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And there's just so much Lord of the Rings content, I'm looking forward to more episodes and more conversations.
Me too. It'll be fun. Like, we're doing The Hobbit now. We still have animations. I don't know how I feel about talking about Rings of Power low-key. Like,
really?
I don't know, because it's so different, because to me, in that all the other ones have like so much more time in between them, like how long I've had to like sit with them in existence. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see.
By the time you get there, though,
maybe
plus you could do like a Fall of Numenor comparison with it.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
And now with like not only do we have like the War of the Rohirrim in 2024, the animated movie, which looks cool, and then the news about Warner Brothers developing more movies. I mean, hey,
keep
who knows?
them rolling.
I know. So if I have thoughts, I'll be sure to share.
Of course you will. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Ahnna.
Of course. Thanks
It's
for
good to see
having me.
Of course.
Good to see everyone. Good to, chat about adult things.
Sure.
And
Sort of
nerdy things.
If you need to just like brain dump some Game of Thrones stuff, feel free.
Oh my god.
Please.
I do feel like I didn't get to like fully process all of my House of the Dragon thoughts.
Yeah.
With other people who appreciate this kind of lore. So I will have to intertwine that back into the podcast later.
Perfect. Love talking about
Yes.
Do it.
It was a fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got some time before the next one.
So. Oh yeah. Are they filming it? Have they already filmed it? Do you know?
They're filming right now.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they plan to release it again next year, or are they gonna like put more time in between it?
I don't know how they're gonna get it done in time by like late 2024, but
yeah,
I have full faith in HBO that they're gonna make the right decision.
Yeah. So oh my gosh, so many shows. HBO's doing a really good job.
Yeah, they are.
The Last of Us. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Every Pedro Pascal clip I see on TikTok goes directly to Ahnna.
Good.
I want as much Pedro Pascal content as possible.
He is so cute.
So amazing.
Yeah. Love him.
Yeah,
and then I mean we were talking about Mando a little bit at the beginning.
Tomorrow.
I know.
Tomorrow, man.
Yeah. Doesn't Disney release theirs at freaky times? I'm upset about that.
I think maybe.
I don't know. I think HBO also has that the most figured out about like release times. because Amazon with Rings of Power was rough. Like the whole midnight thing or whatever. I was like, no.
Yeah, it was a bad call.
Yeah. It was like just slightly too late to stay up all the way for it, and then too early. You know what I mean? Like, because then my Twitter timeline exploded every Friday
I
for Rings of
know.
Power, and I literally couldn't go on the internet until I had watched those episodes.
True.
I could not do until after work because I'm not.
You got things to do.
Yeah,
Because you got to work.
I do. I'm not
Got
gonna like.
bills to pay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wake up at like 5 a.m. to watch it and then
Go to work.
yeah.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. So maybe in future Amazon will rethink that. That would be nice.
Just let them know. Write them a little note to be like,
Yeah.
I ain't got time for this.
I'd be like, hi, I'm one of the premier podcasts about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So many doggy kisses.
I
So
know.
He
many.
loves it. Oh.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'll let you know
to your
because I
life.
probably need to talk about Legolas's daddy at some point.
Yes,
but,
you will.
know,
Yes, you will.
you
I
can
know I'm kind of debating on if I should move. So actually, when I'm coming to visit you in April, I had originally scheduled a podcast that weekend, and it is definitely a Thranduil episode. And I'm debating on if I should like just do it at your house or if I should like change.
Yeah,
the
we can do it at
date.
my house.
Okay,
That's fine.
traveling podcast, y'all. Look out for that.
Nice.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
I will also go to your house. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. So we've got plenty of space right here in the floral mural. So
Yes. Oh, so pretty. I love that. Oh,
Thank you.
Calliope.
Hello.
We have
See you
all
later,
kinds of
guys.
guests. Thanks. See you, Ahnna.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Ah, that was nice.
It was.
It's always nice to see it.
Mm.
Oh.
She's trying to.
What?
She likes to sleep, like sit between my legs. I don't know. I guess it's probably warm or something.
I
There
like
she
to do
goes.
that at night sometimes, and then I'm like, okay, dude, I cannot sleep like this. This is horrific, and I have to like move him. But I don't know about y'all, but once I get asleep, he's like an immovable object,
Yes.
and I have to like, I can't just like push him over. You know what I mean? I have to like put my arms underneath him and like flip him to a different spot.
Like a
Who wants some
pancake.
biscuits?
Yeah.
Here. Oh,
Oh,
baking them up good.
yeah. Why is that so fun to watch?
It really is.
Like mesmerized.
Hi, kitty cat.
Just how cats take over the world. I know we could probably like wind down. Does anybody have any other thoughts before I have any other thoughts? No thoughts, just vibes. Damn, Calliope, I can't look away.
I know.
Hypnotized.
Yeah, I think some of my favorite things, in addition to like what I've already said, is just how like yeah, I know I started off saying that I've like grown a lot. Like I think the whole Faramir thing doesn't bother me as much as it once did, you know, especially now watching The Hobbit, and I'm trying to be chill. Do you know what I mean? And like it's a different experience. And but I also think that this whole journey has made me think a little bit deeper about like some of the characters. Like when Sarah was on and we were talking about like Legolas and Gimli in Khazad-dûm, she pointed something out to me that I had never really thought about before, was how like if Gimli, their dialogue will kind of like they'll like finish each other's thoughts, or they'll be having like almost the same thought at this, you know, and they'll both vocalize it. And just like I know that they have like kind of like a little squabble outside of Moria, but then as the show goes on, you know, they have more and more of these things where it's like they really think very similarly.
Yeah.
Which was really cool to realize, because I never really thought about it before, you know?
Yeah. I also got that from that episode It was very cool to see. Because at first it felt like it was not lazy. I would never accuse Tolkien of being lazy, but like they're just filling the same role. But the characters almost are developed by the fact that they have that overlap, and I love it so much.
Yeah.
I think the movies did a pretty good job of expanding on that in a lot of ways, which was really cool.
Yeah, I think there are still like some lines from Legolas and Gimli that I would have liked to keep.
Yes.
You know, I like Legolas just becomes like, you know, in the background, just like eyes and cheekbones, but because there's like some moments where like he really shows how much he cares about Merry and Pippin that like they're not really there. I mean, I guess in essence it's there in that he's continuing to run after them, you know what I mean? But like it would have been nice to have things like that.
Yeah. It would.
Yeah. And I also really loved you know, in the Lothlorien episode when we had Edith on and they realized that Sam's gift from Galadriel and Sam's vision that he has when he's wearing the ring, like he essentially
that was so cool.
Yeah, so like
that was so cool.
If y'all haven't listened to that episode, why? But also basically we have this moment where we all realize that Galadriel gives Sam the ability to have this massive garden by and giving him like the dirt and the seed, you know. And later we see when he has the ring that in addition to overthrowing Sauron and like leading people to do that, he has that for a brief moment, but then he thinks about turning all the world into this massive garden, but he snaps out of it because it's like, oh, I don't want to like tell people to garden for me, like I want to do it with my own hands.
Yes.
And everybody that like, I know we don't like know what everybody would want to do with the ring, but like Sam actually gets to do his ultimate dream, you know, like obviously not like the version that's slightly evil, but like he achieves his wish, you know, and it's just like so amazing, you know. Yeah, that was a really fun moment that sticks out to me. And
yeah, there were some other good moments like that, like guest realization. Obviously you are super insightful, but
you don't need to talk me up. I will cry.
And we're getting past the time of the night when Andie can cry, because then she wakes up with a headache. So we have to be respectful and make sure
Callie's a listener.
I care very, very much, you know.
Can't cry too much.
Yeah, and then my other one was like that I wrote down because I, you know, to just kind of briefly flip through. There's so many moments like that, really, like throughout the year where like we've been like, whoa, did we just, you know? I think one of the other fun conversations was when we were talking about with Tim. I don't know if he's still watching. When we were talking about what it means to be a Númenórean in the Third Age. And how, like, obviously Aragorn, definitely Faramir, but like skip Boromir, you know, and how it's not just a simple matter of like blood anymore, you know, and maybe it never was.
Yeah, right. Well, right. Which is part of why I am still bothered by the Faramir change. Like, I get it. And
I think I can forgive it because he gets back on track. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think what bothers me more, I hate that he kicks Gollum. I'm never gonna be over that. No. And I hate that the Nazgûl show up at Osgiliath. Like if you're gonna have them be there, it's already chaos. Frodo is constantly like, I actually can't take this off, but like he's constantly like, here it is, you know, like and then the Nazgûl don't like pursue that.
Very strange. Very strange. Yeah.
So there's like a weird choice on top of weird choice with all of that. you know.
Well, to me, the distinction between him and Boromir makes both of their characters stronger, and the fact that he falls almost as bad as Boromir does weakens both of them. Like, they're both two of the best characters.
Yeah.
And they're less so. But that goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where the books inform the movies. So, like, once you've read those, then you have this new appreciation for the movie characters.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, thinking about it in terms of when I first watched them, like I had read them, yes, but by the time the last one came out, I was probably like 13. I had not read them to the extent that I have now, you know what I mean? And it did not really bother me, you know, like just watching it as just somebody who's so immersed in, you know, what Peter did. So I see, you know, they had their, you know, they had reasons, and I was thinking about it, and if they don't, essentially they needed, with the way that Peter was doing it, like to wrap up movie 2 is like Helm's Deep is a big deal, the Ents with Merry and Pippin is a big deal, and they needed like a big moment for Frodo and Sam, for Sam to give that really nice speech. And I don't think that you can have this beautiful speech by Sam unless he's also in some kind of tumultuous. Yeah,
that's true. And I do agree with the shift of Shelob's Lair to movie 3, just because they were, you know, back to the documentary, how they show, like, they took chapters and made it chronological rather than having to fit within what. Yes, this happens technically in the Two Towers.
When I was putting the podcast list together, it wasn't always chronological.
No, that's true.
Sometimes it was like, because I was like, oh shit, wait, no, that's still happening while they're already doing, you know, like we're in the Dead Marshes forever. So they also, narratively speaking, like you'll stay with some characters for a beat longer than you necessarily would have in, like, if you're following the timeline, you know what I mean?
Sure. And some of that's just understandable narrative storytelling choices, and some of them I disagree with, and I really appreciate you being so attentive to those details, because it helps me be like, oh yeah, that was bullshit.
I really try. that's the best I could do.
You done did it.
Thanks. Is Emmy a fan?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm a fan.
Those ears.
Yeah, you put
Man, Calliope is still going, y'all.
I know. I figured she would.
Marathon biscuits.
Damn,
girl, get it.
Yeah, Pete in chat says, yo, let me get some biscuits because that kitty's straight bacon. It's true.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
She's busy.
Got some things to do here.
So cute. You know, I think those are all of my main thoughts. We've been going for it's close to 2 hours. In a few 12 minutes, it'll be 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that it's been really fun. And season 2, I
take
think,
a moment to like thank all our guests.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, that is the part that has been probably my favorite, because it's really what I texted Chris this, that it's just an elaborate ruse to hang out with my friends, because I mean, it's like, you know, you force yourself to carve out the time. We're all over the country, you know, and it's, you know, I think I've made friends through this, you know, we've gotten
100%.
to know people a lot better by, you know, having this essentially as like the prompt, you know what I mean? And just some like really wonderful insights from everybody.
Yeah. I know I appreciate
That's
it, because did anyone else feel alone in their, not alone, but I feel like we are all that person in our real life friend groups. Like, we're the Tolkien person.
Yeah.
And then everyone just kind of like pats you on the back, like, thanks. Now we like finally can just go. Like, we don't have to posture. We don't have to over explain. Like, we all get it. Oh, it's so nice.
It is nice.
I think it's nice for our partners too, because they don't have to be. I know that Simon has expressed that he's very grateful that I found this community that I can talk about all this stuff.
I don't actually know if it's improved anything for Josh, because he has to watch all the movies with me, and then when I have to pause it every 2 seconds to be like, oh, that's an interesting choice, Josh. Let me articulate this before I forget it, and then I say it out loud and then I write it down. So
it made it worse for Andie, his partner. Whatever.
Sounds like it.
But I think he's happy to provide that service.
Mm-hmm. Sign of a good partner.
Yeah. Corky's still crying. Yeah, really wonderful guest. I'm excited that we've gotten a lot of new folks signed up for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to, so I think that the podcast, while I think we approach it with the same thoughtfulness, I think they are progressively sillier. Just the nature of the beast, right? Like
well, The Hobbit's also a silly book. So.
Yeah. So if you're into silly goose time, keep listening for season 2. And then I just feel like it's gonna be, when we do the cartoons, I mean, it's just, I feel like
off
it's
the rails.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk about Green Thranduil after seeing Lee Pace's. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be fun.
Or Viking Boromir, or Native American Aragorn, or
I can't wait to talk about the lack of pants on the men.
Why are none of the men wearing pants?
Legolas is wearing pants, like leggings at least.
At least, yeah.
So is Gimli, but like not the men.
Nope.
They're like, I need it free, I need like a little breeze down there. So because they're all like wearing tunics.
Yeah. And then lest we forget Frodo of the 9 Fingers.
And the Ring of Doom. This is I mean, we've talked about the songs whenever Peter does them. I'm so excited for more songs.
Oh yeah.
So excited for that.
Down in Goblin Town.
And I also don't know if you guys like the thinking about like the because Peter takes cues from some of the cartoons, you know what I mean, and like we'll have all of that knowledge together when we do that. And plus I think sometimes about, because during the pandemic I rewatched the cartoons as well, and I was thinking about like there's this weird scene where like Gandalf just goes to Sam for some reason.
Yeah,
like,
that is a weird one. Yep.
But then also like the difference between how Bilbo or Frodo reacts when Bilbo is like, can I see my ring again? And he goes for it, and cartoon Frodo kind of goes like this. Can't wait. So much to look forward to, truly. And this has just been our first year. I mean, I think it's flown, but at the same time, I think it's been really wonderful. And I can't.
Loved it.
Yeah, thank you. So, it's gonna be fun. We got a lot of plans. And if you want to follow along even more, then that's what the Patreon's for. Get to see my horrific handwriting soon. Yeah.
Animated Treebeard is wild.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But first we gotta get through whatever the heck Peter's gonna throw at us. It's been such a ride rewatching the Hobbit movies as well, because we've officially left most of my frame of reference. You know what I mean? Like I don't remember them like I do Lord of the Rings. So
yeah.
So I have to keep my temper in check.
We'll be your emotional support group for that.
Yeah. Chris and Carlos were really good about that on the last episode. Even though I did kind of ruin the end of Unexpected Journey for him, I think.
Oh.
For Chris. Maybe not ruin, but there's a moment he can't unsee. But I don't want to spoil it.
No,
Is it the
that's good
sword?
podcasting.
Like, why is the sword? I won't.
No,
No.
Okay.
No.
no, it's
gotta
something.
keep
Another
patient.
one of Andie's brilliant insights. So you just have to wait for it.
I want to.
But you'll get it early. Nick will get it early because
Yeah.
he's patron.
That's true. That's true. So thank you so much for everybody that has stuck around in the chat and has, all of y'all are my friends, so appreciate you stopping by. This will live on YouTube should you ever want to revisit. But thank you, Nick, for being here. Thank you, Callie, for being my co-host. Y'all are the best.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
Well, do we have to take a drink? Take a drink.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Hold on.
And
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Mila. Nick, I said thank you to you. Thanks,
Yes,
Jared. Thanks, Brian. Oh, my phone died as I was doing that. I can't look at the chat anymore. Chronically low battery over here. My phone says needs serviced.
Oh no.
It does. She's an old girl. She doesn't even have like she's this version.
Oh, just the one?
Yeah, just the one.
Do you have a home button still?
Yes, and I don't want to lose it.
Oh.
So that's my story. Thanks so much. Yes, we will probably do more of these at some point.
Yeah.
But look out for episode 1. Well, I guess it's episode whatever it is. But the launch of the first, because I'm technically counting our Swole Hero episode as episode 1, where we talk about canon. So
cool.
If you want to catch up, go listen to that one. We will have more coming this week, and I can't wait for you to hear it because it's all been really good stuff.
Yay.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.